So, as usual, we should begin with a relaxed state of body.
새 자유도 맞추지 계시면 릴레레 새 자유도 되니 아주 장한지에 세나면도 상관없이 인구도와 있다. 손은 되는 릴레레 야보데 헬레 야보데 새 놀지 바꾸니 새 좀버지시나 펜도 간도 새 냠바지시나 내가 다 펜도 간데서 간데 펜에 간데 용용지 따제지잖아 펜에 다시 전 용용지 손은 또나 되는 가지지 새가 리지데 만드시 소설라 루제냐가 펜도 공부도 오게 받지 새가 리지데 생년에 소설은 같이 뭐 제대로 거 봐도 되는 거다 손은 과산데
So it's good, whenever we find some, find a physically, find some relaxed moment and a relaxed time, then to, at the same time, also to always to direct some pay attention to our mind. And because we want to make sure that at the same time our mind is also, peaceful and it's relaxed. So in order to bring that, peace in one's mind, and then what we need to do is to just to have observe one's mind, observe one's thoughts, and then and then if you recognize any distracting, like a very agitated and very distracting thoughts, then we should try to get rid of that and let the mind just calm within ourselves. So this is something which is important to always to observing and checking our thoughts. Whether, of course, it's very important when you when you engage in some kind of form any meditation practice. But even when you're not meditating or doing anything other, just in any other time where you're just trying to find yourself some sort of moment of physically moment, some sort of peace and rest. Again, it's also important to check, to observe one's thought, so that you don't you make the best out of that that moment of peace and rest that you find. So in this way, it's what we can gain from always paying attention to our thoughts and always examining our various thoughts that we generate in our mind. If we do that, then we can actually discriminate that how within our state of mind, so how there are certain thoughts or a certain state of minds, which we can discriminate, which we can recognize as being something very beneficial for ourselves and for others, whereas others which are very harmful, which are very destructive for oneself and for others. So therefore, in this way, we can generally we can get some sort of clear understanding of how when we within us, we can see not all, all the state of mind, all the thoughts about the thoughts that we generate are all something very useful. But rather we see there are some, on the one hand we can see certain state of mind thoughts which has a really a pattern of being very positive, being very beneficial, whereas the other class of thoughts and state of mind which are very harmful for ourselves and for others.
Okay. 다 진짜 손 도를 소소 세중에 소소를 못 되거든요. 등한도 못 돼. 야, 세 컴퓨터가 컨디션이 컴퓨터가 세는 아주 못 쉬거든요. 대가서 터제제가 내 터제제 생각이 거신지 그래 그 콘도가는 같이 참 쉬지 쉬거든요. 되게 리지 만나지 시선에 야봉에네 나대지 당아도 치제가 알아. 치제는 게네 소소 치제한테 가르쳐야 가다지 먼저 세야들 봐. 지지도 알아. 세를 가르치지도 알는데나 세를 가르치지도 알잖아. 손도 좀보는 엠반이 있는 손도 좀 엠비 쇼데 맞아 봐더 그지도 대쇼를 세면로하시 좀비 쇼들 다때 가자 손도 드니 그지에서 얘네래도 안 손도도 들려당에 따봐 들려당 아저씨 롤지 따도 롤 샤지 롤 카시 콜 샤지 그 손도 또한 너정아도 칸에 말 못냐 말라 라타제 근저래 나도 세거로 손으로다 세 가지고 손을 또한 너지고 칸에 맞지 라데 미까 콘냐 말이셔 주세요 세진야지래 진짜 나도 손도도 세 가지래고 손도도 되게 막 칸에 맞대 미까 같이 할리잖아 신도와 뭐가 가버서 된아 뭐들 든지 했대신데 소소나지 뭐간기 가비 넘어야 때되게 다 세대 가셔리 되게 다 손도도 마셔 뭐 년발에 현대센tin 판서가 주된 파리보서 된 게네 든지 와만 든지 가도 린 손도나 든지 내가 세 좀아서서 아주 시거야 세대 유다 좀 용하다 아주 시거야 든지 아주 세대 유다 용하다 아주 시거면 좋아 세근 유다도 마세와세 세근 유다 세 맞아 가까이 세근 유다도 마셔 유다가 예양들이신다 세가는 유다 코세잖아 시 유다도 아주 내고 뭐 좋아 대중에는 저를 손에 앞도 버리대
So as we really observe, always keep observing our thought or our state of mind, then through this then we can develop or gain understanding, really understanding of how our own state of mind. We get to know that how we have a state of minds which are positive, which are beneficial, and other state of mind which are negative and which are destructive. And so therefore this is important. Knowing this is very important because it is the fact that how when we don't realize that, when we don't recognize this or discriminate the beneficial or something harmful state of mind, and then how we unknowingly then sometimes we can be the kind of habituating ourselves with a certain some destructive, something very harmful state of mind, and so as a result that it will bring a lot of becomes a great hindrance, brings a lot of shortcomings for for ourselves. So because of this, the this negative or this destructive state of mind arising, and we, rather than counteracting, recognizing that as being destructive, we simply feeding those thoughts, and so as a result, it can become a really great obstacle for ones to make any achieve anyone's goals in one life, and so forth. So therefore, in fact, in here, so of course, we are here to find out about what we call as the dharma, or the spiritualities. So which in practical terms really means it means the very term dharma, which is in Tibetan is a che, which is really means to changing, or to amending, to making amendment, to amending our mind, our way of thinkings. So this is again, we have to if we ask this question, why I need to do something to change or to train one's mind. So this is because there are, if we have a close look at our the pattern of our thoughts, then there are certain way of thinking, certain mental attitudes which are really, in fact, are very harmful, very destructive, and so therefore it is something that we must do something to get rid of, to remove those thoughts, and so therefore if I was given just an example of how if we, instead of recognizing those destructive and a very negative state of mind, and let's say if we simply follow those thoughts, state of mind, for example, say that state of mind, that really destructive, very negative state of mind, let's say it is saying one to say certain things, make certain says things, and if you simply follow those, falls under the influence of those thoughts, and then from verbally, if you begin to say everything, translate all those thoughts into your expressions, verbal expressions, then there will be no doubt that there's a lot of people think that you have gone, crazy, or you become, insane. There's something really serious problem with you if we simply do that. Whereas on the other hand, if we, express if we realize there's some positive state of mind, and if we express those in our action, like in a verbal action, would really then we will gain a lot of admiration from others. Really surprise others that how to see how a good person, how wonderful person you are, and so therefore they really after recognizing that how within ourselves, how we can see sometimes what we go through in life, certain troubles, certain problems. So in fact, we can relate these cause of this problem directly to certain our thoughts, our mental attitudes, and that is a really cause, trouble, cause of the problem, and so therefore we also say that when we talk about the practice of spirituality or the dharma, sometimes it is also about, we say that, use a word like purifying our state of mind. So it simply means to sweeping away all this negative state of mind, or those thoughts which brings a trouble for oneself. And then we can find that sometime when we get rid of cleanse all our thought, our mind of all these problems, then we can find that in fact there's no cause of problem, because the reality sometimes it could happen that there isn't any cause of problem, externally. So really all the problem the one is going through is something caused within oneself.
다 손 들리 돈들이 하고는 다 대선 도죠. 자, 만도 관계 세계야. 세 내고 먼저 되는데 제가 같이 많이 소매도 많이 그래서 너희야 all 그래서 많이 이제 새도 많아봐. 실로 봐줘야 돼. 되게 강아서 와서 가도 때 관계지 하고 공부야. 연락이 새 키고 놀 뉴다서 와도 하고 거야. 뭐 대하고 거. 새 말이야 돼. 뉴다 덤보 롱생들 제용. 나 뉴다 덤보데 롱생들 제 그래라. 다 뉴다 딜 뉴다야 알아. 다 뉴다 디서다. 생들 뉴다서 살다. 다 뉴다서 다 뉴다서 생거라. 다 뉴다 세이체다. 다 로빈 걸든 라이. 다 싱해 발라 그런다. 뒤나보대 그런다. 대 뉴다 세이체 세디. 세코로 뉴다서. 다 뉴다 사산데 뭐지? 손때 더 뉴다 생들제. 딜 라지는 서서라 녀네로 펜서 만테베가 뉴다 더 세기딜래 용도와 세기딜래 코 야지진로 그래로 다 뉴다 세기 자래 얘네 잔데 자간다 다 같이 그런다 얘네 다 뉴다 세우면 뉴다 첸로 뉴다 세우면 되와 델레세네 야 뉴다정게 세팅 서서 내받은 것이는 야포야. 솔라 내비가 세도 솔라를 펜비 세니는 것이고. 대신 세이나랑 하도 멀어 노제 내가 펜비 세는 것도 야그러 와. 내비 세는 것도 야그 말 와. 다 되는데 와서 손돈 서서 지자다 열레서는 그냥 되는데 와. 소소라 펜비 세드 냐니 코 공부도 건디셔 봐대 지 존로 뭐 존로 셈바 존로 셈바 셔로 야 제일 로셔 되네 세 마리아서 내바셔 콜 고신 집바셔도 킹 셈바 무시 바셔 그래 라 림메데 바셔 그래 세 메데와 키제 로도 먼저 바 키제 손을 들이도나 야본데와 연락 내가 첨부치 되는 레운디와 손을 든지도나 내 야본디와 양아도 녀네서 더 야보지 멋이사데 내가 셰비 세들 레그 세그래 배 고제샤 노제랭이다 이다 늘 다 템비라 템비 소텐 되고 손 때문에 아 펜바셰빌레 아타 드니 코 양배도 콘들 당연히 시근디와 가디는 가서 세진 롱 그거 아래 sen 로지 제 sen 로사 가까이 하 말이 롱이 세든 롱 롱이 sen 로라 패통게 세든 로자를 만도 뉴라면 되와 세든 뉴라면 되와 소소 내가 생각에 세든 로 알로 노다 되와 로 뉴다테 예 뉴다테 쟁데 손 드는 도나 야본데와 saying 이정 아저씨 내든지 세라테 바래 세지 거의 제만 들려는 데와
So, generally speaking, so we it isn't that difficult for us to recognize recognize the control of our mind, in a sense that how we find it difficult to sense that we can easily recognize when the our inability to have the keep or retain the mind within ourselves, and we can see sometimes we there are it can be there could be certain like a distracting thought can be really are very strong, and we feel like we wish that that the mind is not goes under, that it will stay inside us. So we can recognize that. Then also, it is also very important at the same time that we should also recognize that how, our mind, while the mind also remains within ourselves, and then what it is doing within us. So that is also something very important to know. As we are just saying that if we observe that, if we have a very closely observe our mind, then we can see that sometimes of course the mind is within ourselves, but however it is really like a causing or the serving as a source, as a cause of our problems, and so and as a result of that, in fact, we might feel very restless. It's just because of that what something this uncalm and a state of mind, we might feel very restless, very feel very tense and so forth, and then to as a way to because this is something that we do not want. This whatever you feel inside, in this restless mind that we feel, or this mind, this troubling mind, thought that since this is something that we do not want, so as a way to overcome that, to release this problem, so sometimes we will simply start to abuse other people. Could be even one's own. Partners, or friends, and we start to abuse them with a very harsh speech, or do some things. So as a way to, hoping or that the thinking that this is a way you kind of the relieving yourself of this. What is this? The troubling mind, and so therefore, now if we have to check, we have to think about: is this really solving the problems? Or, if in fact, if you think about it, then instead of solving the problem, then it will even make the brings more problems. So in fact, it will not only this can then as a result of that, then you are also causing. The harming your friend, and then causing damage to your relationship with others, and so in this way, it's important to recognize, trying to utilize our own these like the analyzing, or like a discriminating thought mind to see whether this is really that is a way to resolve the problems. So as we do this, then the if we recognize that is not the way, and in fact this is doing this way. So if we recognize that, acknowledge the fact that this is in fact brings results in more brings more problem for oneself, and also how if you do not do anything about this, find a right the remedy to this troubling thought within yourself, which is boiling within yourself, and then how if you rather if you become if you then you can recognize that, then it can serve as a continually source of unhappiness for yourself, and then to cause bring the unhappiness to other as well, and sometimes even such can also have an impact on one's health as well, physical health as well. So so therefore the it is the like these very famous, like these Kadamba masters, Geshe Doga, who is well known for always, his thought, mind training, thought transformations, that he always observe, keep, his eyes on the thought, and then so whenever any thought, any negative thought arises, he immediately recognizes that, and he is always get alerted and ready to challenge that. So in a similar way, so we, as the benefit of really gaining a good such understanding of all the various thoughts and thought and various state of mind that we continuously generate, then at least we can be, when a certain state of mind arises, and if we recognize that is something very destructive, then we can be a bit more alert about that. We can at least say, yep, now acknowledge that is something can be very harmful, and we can be a bit more vigilant about ourselves. So at least to not reacting with that, and or not being, whatever action we do, not being falls under the influence of that. So therefore, this is where we can understand that how, in fact, we learn in the teaching that how really the source or the root cause of all the happiness and the suffering of one's life lies in one's mind, and this is how we can really truly appreciate these teachings, or to understand this, if we through observing our mind and to understanding the mind better.
That's something to the Mando Garden Chichega. Mando Kunro in your reservoir. Kunro in your reservoir, Mando Chi, the country nearby Zavago, Shambagoni, Kunro Coral nearby, then continue what the Shagwa. Then on that's how go out. Then that's how more getting Kunro Saga, and Zavago, Maria Kunro shall take a thing. Just a thin lane. Control nearby then, control my shenny, that continue the main she yammer. Mache, that I'll continue the lawyer. No one would ever lawyer, that control ban, men ban. That there, but another chamber leather. That tell ma shall dare send any cardinal on this year, that gets a tennis shake. Shall dare is. Shall dare not your sack. Control men was one. Control color then Jabashi, Chesson, Tomazata. Mong Arches says, the colonel then control one. Couldn't you the lumen, the wrong and a coin. That's a machine. The list on to the Zeva Gomoga secretary. That's it, this Tomoyard. The king Nansen Tomo. There's the Makal Machi, there's the face, no one as you are there. You're the Tanya Chiguman. Zeva mother, then Kunruchun Rog Mare. Daily Kunrog Nebasu, Queen Nembo Shombago, or Zevago Attention, Kunrotene, a chun road. Condis chun road. Never chun road. Tennis on a monka, cock and your mother. Then Marchi said that there's a face on the Corsia, Gurko Yetana, Kunrong. My share attended Jagger in it. Nigga, can no man joys us and I'm in it. Can that in the army? Then you do Coroshachi, that's the name I don't son Doga, getting on the son to his son, the dig upon you that less on a coral, tiny coral, Yapaso, the Nijana. Then a boy are wrong on the Chichi guitars at dead, Chichen at that, Mother's at that, and a wrong Samba Mario coffee, she each other. Some Mana Nebicet, some Mario by Shit, some Mario, he said the Samba Zumbo, condition at the Jelly, the cheese, Samba Zumba condition, but this is riding, and I call it. So no taking and it's only up my head.
So as we are trying to find out how by through our through the application of our knowledge of the Dharma or the spiritualities, how we can the remedies various problems in our life, especially those which are related to our mind. So as we do this, so then we will find that the way that the true dharmas, the dharma practice, so spiritual practice. So we are really remedying or dealing directly with the actual cause of the problems. Like if you talk about the overcoming, anger or hatred, and then to what we learn in spirituality is to then the remedy as a remedy or an antidote is to cultivating loving kindness and order to tolerance or patience. So, however, but normally, if we think of outside of the spiritual teachings, what kind of what we see as a way to overcome the anger. So a lot of time it will be the method that we applied is something very. It can be more like like a very temporary really measurement, but in some time even in the temporary, even in the measurement, even if also not really not a temporary measurement, rather it simply makes worse. So such as people advising or people thinking view that one way to overcome the anger is to simply expressing your feelings, even in speech, verbally, or even physically. You got to express all that. So let's say if you're expressing all that, then we can say, of course, it may give you temporarily, may give you some sort of relief. But if afterward, if you ask whether that really overcome the anger or not, then most likely then you will come back. You will have the same problem again. And then suddenly, those people who think that the way to do is to just to commit any such the like a very harmful actions, like murdering other peoples or just being violent, taking violent actions. So suddenly these are not the solutions, because even after people have done that, they did something violent actions, even murdering a lot of people, but still at the end they have not overcome. They might have killed many people, but still have not killed their anger or their hatred, whatever they have within themselves. So therefore, there is, we say that the true the remedy to overcome such as, for example, the anger is to apply, the patience, cultivating patience. So because we will find that if we put effort in actually developing this patience, tolerance, or cultivating loving kindness, then we will notice that this has an effect of actually the reducing the force of the anger. It does directly affect the feeling of anger, and so in this way, as we will also find that as a benefit, as a result of this, applying the correct antidote, for example, to the anger, and then as the anger is a remedy, and then there will be more. We will be able to cultivate or generate more like a feeling of love and so forth arise, or some calm state of mind arise, and so this has the serve as the really a source or a cause of bringing more, increasing more peace and happiness within oneself. So in this way, again, so we have to again to understand that the spiritual practice that we take in our life. So it is really to something to do with calming our mind if it's not calm, or if the mind is not resting. So but then to put it into rest. So it is all the practice is all directed to bring about these really some very positive, something very beneficial changes within our the mind stream also.
다 손대 야본이 와지. 근데 녀다 맞아 고는 아주 근데 녀미 제바 고싱게 되게 근데 녀다 맞아 고 고들 근데 마셔다 전에 앞서. 근데 녀다 저 사전에 다 가이 제바 고는 시소래. 그래봐 요다 맞아 걸려 되는 게지 근데 마셔다 제 근데 녀면도 신다잖아. 내 걸려 되는 요다 용고 말이야. 근데 요다 저 사람은 다 요다 좀 제전하지래. 근데 체 강아 체 로이전에 대중에는 야부성도 그래. 행에다 라 소소라 펜비세 네비세 되니 니즈 네비세들 내가 아주 콜을 녀바다 아다 대쇼스면 다 고자이 된다. 라 다달래 네비세 레가 다 고자잖아 고도야 진정죠. 야나 다 컨디션은 고도 진정. 다 커야 말해. 고자 무시게도 다 드니 내서 무시게다 고도 진진 된대지. 그래? 난 대대죠. 가까이 야만 안저 대리 내서 신게 되게 네비세들 레가 다 고자. 네비세들 가봐 역할을 용거도 되니 역할을 제보자 저래나 다 좋은데 와. 로코시에 예제 로지시에 그래 네비세 뭐요래로 다 대차나 네비세 대차들라 예제라면 네비세 레그래 예제라면 네비세 뭐라 해래용 다 대쇼로 판로지래 봐. 다 네비세래 예 대쇼로 만들어야지. 다 셀해라 용되게서는 네비 걸로들 대쇼로 판도나 세지 되는 거 같은데 안 되지. 차세 안 되지. 로 내봐시 차제 당 뭐다研究와 차제 뭐다 된데 왜 아버죠 컨디션 그 가들고 그 컨디되어 이제 뭐 대지 갈리 강요하래 갈래지 컨디션은 다 아버죠 대처럼 와세요 야랭네 갈래 신다 세마셔전 롱게 생게 뭐고 저러서 내는데 와 응마이는 세마 마시면 되는데 갈래지 손은 다 지스지 세바다 셔라 다 드니 뉴다 셔라 뭐요알 체 셔라 생게 뭐본다 얘네래자 아 손 드니 손에 야본데야 대가도 로제 있는 그거 당한 때래 가르장한도 뭐이 소소 팬바는 가서 주의식이와 솔로 팬바는 가서 야근이와 문에 봐도 만도는 팬모토가 잘라이나 팬모토가 많이 용건데와 야근문데와 그 괜히 있어 신 돈은 안 로티 들어가는 거야. 대 노지가 노 생들라 펜비세드냐? 네비세드 레그래. 파 콜 냠보테네. 대전 god나타 되지나 되네 야보용 거와. 그래. 이나 대가서 손도도 가도요. 싫어 쳐봐제 대는 가도. 난 내가 내가 문제 그 예선 되게 너는 나 펜만 내게 있어. nga khore nga di ye sa le pemba de ma never de ma re ngi ta ba la pemba de ba never ma de ba sa ka ba di nga chin de nga chin de ai here I they come in benefit like benefit no like atawala harm no like they all come here they from I say I like I know like that they all here so good and try to look up that thing you that's on the corrotaina, yeah, so that's also then. I said, wrong, tennis, I said, that is so sorry, without going on right? Is that not corrotating necessary? You are. There is necessary, I tell it, seeing under the Hakova. There is a no last on the college, son of Chetona, and Cover. Shomba Niger, God, then the Lord, the Aposhera is. They tell it, Chaba Trouble, Chaba Mayoa sang on the Calicomre, Kuno Mayoa sang on the Calicomre, Chaba leg sell another judging, Kuno leg sell another judging, Trodo leg sell another judging. They think on the Gojani, Goja Kale, Ninja shoot trouble, and other enemy about Chetong. Is that? There's an angel shoot trouble, then never change. Then roll, chase around. Said the leader, you want this, shut up, you peg this. So much of the near thought that. There's a gun, you go there, I'll go to Jensen, no one to them.
So talking about the overcoming anger. So it is something that we can, there is also something we can do as a, like a preventative, practice to, which is to, prevent the anger right from the beginning to from arisings. So, and this is also very important because, sometimes if we don't take any such preventative measure, then if we anger completely, take over our minds, and then, we find ourselves in much harder, much difficult situation to overcome it. So, therefore, there is a lot of what we say is meditation. When we engage in the getting ourselves used to the meditation practice, so which is also as a very effective way to really to prevent any such troubling thoughts or such any destructive, and such emotions and thought to arise. So, and so it's like if, of course, in the, talking about the giving, training to our mind. Of course, in the beginning, it can be very challenging for us because, it's our mind, because our mind is not used to listening to us, and rather mind is very much used to being influenced by various distracting thoughts. So therefore as we've been discussing here, but first of all, it's very important thing is for us to know that how within our mind, there are certain state of mind which are beneficial, whereas the other state of mind which are harmful. These need to be very clear to us, and which we should also have some sort of conviction in that. We could clearly recognize that So in this way, then, on the basis of such recognition, such understanding, then when we engage in meditation practice, and then our practice, the purpose of our practice is to now to discipline the mind, so that the mind doesn't fall under the influence of any negative state of mind. So in this way, now how, in meditation practice, so we normally direct the mind to a specific objects. So and trying to we put an effort to let the mind stay on that particular objects. So now why we are doing that is because when we look at all these unwanted state of mind that arise, whether unwanted mind or the thoughts or the emotion that arise, so we can notice, we can understand that one of the primary cause of that unwanted that thoughts and emotion to arise is its own respective objects. So therefore, if we divert our mind to some different object, like the object that we present in the meditation practice, then if we train our mind there, then again, as we said, it might be quite challenging and difficult in the beginning. But however, if we remain consistent, persistent in our practice, and then we can, as we said, to meditate, as we always say, to meditate means to habituating our mind. So that means we do that. We apply this meditation practice, over and over again, and then eventually, then we will be able to have some sort of control our mind. So, which is to say, if we do not want our mind to occupy in certain objects, we can simply do that by simply directing the mind to the desired objects. And so in this way, we can see at least there is, we have some sort of control. Situation is our own, our feeling, thoughts, emotion is some sort of, under our own control. And so therefore, we are also saying that how, we're going to understand that how as a human being, we are all human being, and then one of our unique, the feature of as a human being is the human brain or the intelligence, which is very unique, which has a lot of power to be able to know the difference between what is something beneficial, something useful for us, and something else which is harmful or something not useful. So just as what we are saying here in our spiritual context is that how just as we are so good in terms of the what is useful and not useful in terms of beneficial or harmful in terms of external objects, how we can quite easily say, you can categorize or see certain thing as really useless, something rubbish, and we throw away. And because as soon as we recognize, we throw away. Almost like it's our natural tendencies there to, when we recognize certain things which are truly recognize that is really useless, we will just simply throw away. This is as I was just saying before. So this is something really, this fact about the things that we have a wish to have only those things which are beneficial, those things which are useful or advantageous for us, but not wanting those which are useless, which are are harmful. So this is pretty much it is very instinctive in our mind. So because it is something we there for every being who has what we call as this deep down, this sense of I. As long as when whoever have that deep down, there's a sense of I there, so there's a natural tendency of wanting only things that are beneficial, that you see as something useful, and to getting rid of things that which are harmful, which are useless. So really, this is what the we are saying here, that if we are able to really truly recognize that how just as in the external world, but also in the internally, there are certain in terms of our state of mind, thoughts and emotions, how there are certain things we can see as something truly beneficial, truly useful, source worth of investment, for one's own peace, happiness. And whereas some other which are very harmful, then this we will naturally have this. When we have clear recognitions, then we will naturally have a stronger interest, stronger motivations to keep those which are really beneficial. Such as, in fact, we are just talking about in terms of the internalies. What are some things that we need to keep? We are talking about such as loving kindness and practice of patience and tolerance, so forth. Whereas on the other hand, something which are really very harmful and the disadvantages for us is like the anger and the desire or attachment. So of course, when we talk about that, is to if we have to overcome for example, the anger or desire completely, that is something perhaps is a not a realistic thing that we can achieve immediately, but at least it is in our hand to get rid of, to be able to get rid of any such a very strong the force of the the anger or the attachment, in such the level, such a great force of anger which can have the impact on one's, which can actually brings agony in one's mind, real like a pain in one's within oneself, feel in one's feelings. So this such kind of intense form of the anger and attachment, and suddenly we should be able to, if we recognize, able to overcome those.
That's some that some you catch on the day with them, and then you lie, little there, some the the river, Chili, no, said no, Sina, Tenisha, on Totana, Pejum, Yard, Dig Lotte, then the children. The German do say, Jagger, so, wrong Shirati, Lotte, and the children. Is that 10 on the Ketchum Shirado? Didn't so the Shirati, then the Lotte, them, the name Majana, and Shira Lotte, Martin, Shira Savole, Lotte, when that that's on Toshana Deji, that Ketchum, that's it, that never say that Lotte showed the Manoala, that Zombie Shul. Famous show ceremony, game Basalata, Lotte, Lotte, on commercial. In the country, Union Colorado, she channel, color game by Segum, but Colonna, channel, younger one. In I, Union Colorado, me and one is there, Nemotene, Gada, Ninja, the God, the Panto yard, the Panto yard. Nijis are God and Gayard, called Denish in the Dragat in the yard, in Amata, Son Tendi, Tonata, Mazza, the Union and the pen, not to Yambondo, he said. I am in the that and say we are there, is not to my shawala. 노도 람바 슈타보 녜제들 샤라 윤중은 초치바 인부리 맞아 뭐 잡아 잡아서 근저 잡아래 그래 다 서로 잡아고 걸 진짜로 아다 가다 쇼바 고세 아니요 코로인 거야 쟤로 설지 권로 말이 내가 인중 고세를 콜레라 노대에 손으로 또 그거 말이야 그래서 당연히 뭐질 근로 비 잡아 쉬어서 나 말이 제가 저 선박간에 야가 선박에서 가면 너무 돼와 다 저를 해야지 대 인중을 떼서를 그걸 너무 돼와 미바대 대해서 너 개체 뭐진 게내려서 미사 다 뒤에서 상만도 고대 이야기
So even if, like, in here, we are just over an hour, we take this time to not only to find some, relaxed time, physically, but also mentally having a bit of, thought or the reflections on our mind or in our life in general. So, and in a way, we take this opportunity to really to make the best use, make the use of the each of us like individual the intelligence of brain and this our own the discriminating wisdoms that we are gifted with as a human being. So by utilizing that. So, this, even in this time that we spend here, so from this time we get some sort of idea, some useful idea, useful directions that which we can use, find it useful for our, for our life, and so in this way now here, we talk about the. Learn about the meditation practice. Now, we generally say when we meditate, we engage our mind in virtuous, virtuous objects, and then to the habituating or familiarizing our mind with the virtuous practice, virtuous state of mind or virtuous practice, and so now the. And so, however, we when we engage, what about if we sit in like a breathing meditation? So where the objects that where we focus we direct our mind is simply the the inhaling and exhaling of the breath, and so which. By entity we won't call it as a virtue objects, but however, we can it can become, the practice can become virtues, through by the virtue or by the benefit of certain, if you if you've done this practice with the proper kind of motivations. So through the influence of the motivation, it can be transformed as a virtuous practice. And but having said that, but the breathing meditation is also has a really very unique benefit. Even in terms of it has the effect of at least in that moment, in an immediate time frame, to preventing any such like in a manifested form of such a mental affliction to arise. So like when we fix our mind on breathing, so then if the mind's really focus on the breathing, then there's because of that, so it won't there's no room for any such manifested form of mental affliction or delusion to arise. And also, of course, if we through getting used to the breathing, if you're developing those breathing meditations, so we can also, of course, achieve the like a single-pointed, state of meditation, concentration, and then even to achieve even a more like a higher state of the meditation from that. And then also as I said, sometimes when particularly, it is very breathing meditation is very effective when especially if we are experiencing a very intense form of like the afflictive emotion, such as very intense, strong, like attachment or anger. And when we are under that strong attachment or anger, then in that kind of situation, even if let's say if someone is really undergoing the problem, and then as a to help that person, if you're trying to advise the person, you should trying to cultivate love or trying to cultivate patience. It might make that person worse. Wouldn't even what you say, advice that you give, even wouldn't enter into the person's ear. So therefore, rather if you say maybe try if you advise to give to do the breathing meditations, so they can good chance to take that. So also it's very also very effective, and also it doesn't require much of to think, to understand, to know how to do the practice. There's not much to study about that, and so it makes very simple but very effective in immediate time frames.
Geshe Doga never said that Sandup Tsering Yun Korola Basonto da then said Nyama on Rakapang gas. Why that said that Shedena Helena Payapuchi, you would that and neither that Kamakashi then.
So we will do the breathing meditations together just for a few minutes, and so just make yourself comfortable and relax your body, and then to check one's thought, and if you notice you may notice that there may be certain distractions, like external distractions, which may be has an influence on one's thought, one's state of mind. So if that's the case, then trying to get rid of or trying to let go of all this such outgoing thoughts, and trying to fully calm the mind inward, so by doing this, so you can immediately feel the moment our minds stop like a chasing or all the going after all the wandering towards the external objects. When mind stop that the wandering or that chasing after various objects, the mind stop that, then you can feel that this peace and calmness within yourself, and then we start these breathing meditations by simply directing our complete mental attention on incoming and outgoing breath.